On the broadcast tonight, we'll be covering the arson attempt on Governor Shapiro's home.
And the monumental Blue Origin space voyage.
All that and more right now on SUTV News. Good evening and welcome back to this week's broadcast with the latest news. I'm Haley Galaskis.
And I'm Maddie Shively. The Shippensburg University Acting Group will be putting on their production of Murder on the Orient Express this weekend. Based on the Agatha Christie novel of the same name, Murder on the Orient Express follows several train passengers as they uncover the murderer among them. The play will be done at the Memorial Auditorium this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Friday and Saturday will have shows at 7 p.m. and Sunday will have a show at 2 p.m. The production is free to watch, so be sure to come out to witness Shippensburg's best actors and actresses this weekend. SHIP's yearly Minds at Work conference is back and students are ready once again to share their research. This year's Minds at Work conference will take place on April 22nd from 3:30 to 8 in the Cub NPR. Minds at Work is a conference where students can show off their research to faculty and other students, as well as other guests. Faculty also present panels where students can stop by and hear some of their professors speak upon selected topics and hear about some research of their own. Stop by the NPR on April 22nd so your mind can get to work.
Calling all country fans, award-winning star Josh Turner will be performing here at Shippensburg next Thursday. With hit songs like Why Don't We Just Dance and Long Black Train, Josh Turner has been an icon in country music over the past 2 decades. He recently released his greatest hits album in 2023 and will be in the Lohr Center on his This Country Music Thing tour. The show will be on April 24th at 7:30 p.m. in the Lohr's Performing Arts Center. For tickets and more information, go to lohrcenter.com. Dogs on the Quad are out for the spring season. Join Ship Wellness out on the quad to pet staff and faculty-owned dogs. Faculty and furry friends hung out with students on the quad earlier this week. Don't worry if you missed it, there's still one more. Join them on Wednesday, April 30th from 1:30 to 3 p.m. on the quad. Stop by and say hi to the dogs. All are welcome. For more information, check out Ship Wellness on Instagram.
Pennsylvania Governor Shapiro's house was set on fire early Sunday morning in an attempted arson attack. Officials say that 38-year-old Cody Balmer threw Molotov cocktails into the governor's mansion, which led to the fire. Balmer turned himself in on Monday and now faces several charges, including attempted murder. It is believed that Balmer's attack was out of hatred towards Shapiro. Pennsylvania state troopers were able to safely evacuate Shapiro and his family. Balmer has been denied bail and is scheduled to be back in court April 23rd.
When we come back, we have the latest on the San Diego earthquake.
And we go into why Harvard is filing a lawsuit against the Trump administration.
More to come when we return.
Are you failing a class or don't know what you're doing? You're in luck. Shippensburg Primary Academic Resource Center is free to all SHIP students. The Student Success Center, also known as the Learning Center, is located on the first floor of Mowry Hall. The center provides a variety of services, including course-based tutoring, writing tutoring, and learning specialists. To schedule an in-person or Zoom appointment, visit the Student Success Center collaborative website, ship.campus.eab.com. I'm Will Nicholson with SUTV.
Here at Multicultural Student Affairs, we value every student. No matter your race or ethnicity, you are guaranteed a home here. MSA offers many resources: a place to study, a place to meditate, a place to socialize, or a safe place to communicate issues or talk with a faculty member. Come down to Gilbert Hall today and join our family. Our roots run deep. Why not grow together? This is a public service announcement from MSA.
Are you having a hard time focusing on your work? Why not check out the Ezra Lehman Memorial Library? The library has many resources like the IT desk on the main floor. For computer assistants, see the experts. Need to print in black and white or color? Don't worry, the library offers both options on different floors. You can use the bottom floor for group work and the top floor for when you need silence. Don't forget to stop by Starbucks. Check out library.ship.edu for more information. This is a public service announcement from SUTV.
It's time to take a trip around the globe with Jaden Pullman in this week's World News.
Monday morning, a 5.2 magnitude earthquake shook San Diego. The epicenter was recorded 2.5 miles south of the city, and the quake could be felt all the way down into Mexico. Southern California felt a 3.3 magnitude earthquake on Sunday, which is now said to be the foreshock to this earthquake. At least 7 aftershocks were felt immediately following the earthquake, all recorded between 2.5 and 2.4 on the Richter scale. San Diego Mayor Todd Gloria wrote on X, quote, "San Diego experienced a strong earthquake centered near Julian. There's no known visible or major damages to the city so far, and I'm in communication with local, state, and federal officials," end quote. There were no reports of injuries or damages. Harvard University lost $2.2 billion in a multi-year grant after they refused to follow policy demands from the Trump administration. Harvard said in a statement to CNN, quote, "For the government to retreat from these partnerships now risks not only the health and well-being of millions of individuals, but also the economic security and vitality of our nation," end quote. Before Monday's funding cuts, the university received a letter from a federal task force that stated if the policy demands were met, they could maintain their financial relationship with the federal government. The president of Harvard, Alan Garber, said in a statement, quote, "The university will not surrender its independence or its constitutional rights," end quote. Harvard filed a lawsuit against the Trump administration, stating most notably that it is an infringement on the First Amendment. This week, President Trump made several key updates to U.S. trade policy, continuing his efforts to address trade imbalances. On April 2nd, he imposed a 10% tariff on most imports except for those from Canada and Mexico as part of his tariff strategy. He also raised tariffs on approximately 60 nations he believed to have unfair trade practices. However, on April 9th, President Trump changed the approach, pausing many of these new tariffs for 90 days while continuing to apply higher tariffs on Chinese goods, now set at 125%. These policies are already having an impact on the economy. Companies like Shein and Temu, which previously enjoyed duty-free exemptions on small shipments, are now adjusting prices due to the closing of that loophole. Retailers like Target and Walmart have also indicated that certain product prices may rise as a result of the tariffs, but the administration's claims that their commitment to fair trade practices remains a priority. The Federal Reserve has acknowledged concerns about potential inflation, but President Trump believes his tariffs are part of a broader effort to ensure that American industries and workers are not at a disadvantage in the global economy. As trade discussions continue, supporters of the president believe these policies will ultimately strengthen the U.S. economy by encouraging fairer trade and bringing manufacturing jobs back to American soil, while others feel the economy could suffer from the president's tariffs. A sightseeing helicopter broke apart in midair and plunged into the Hudson River last Thursday, killing 5 tourists from Spain and the pilot. The victims included passengers Agustin Escobar, his wife, and their 3 children. The pilot was Sean Keesh Johnson, a U.S. Navy veteran who received his commercial pilot's license in 2023. The acting administrator for the FAA, Chris Roshilo, said the agency began a comprehensive review of the company's operations. The review is designed to determine whether an operator complies with regulations and effectively manages safety while identifying hazards and risks. The FAA has since grounded all flights from the tour company. The first lawsuit has been filed against the owners of the nightclub that collapsed in the Dominican Republic last week. The relatives of one victim pressed charges of manslaughter against the nightclub owner and his mother. Family members of the other 231 killed plan to press charges in the coming weeks. The owner has publicly apologized and said he is fully in cooperation with the investigation into what caused the collapse. Officials say the investigation is expected to take several months. This has been World News. I'm Jaden Pullman. Now back to Haley and Maddie at the desk.
When we come back, we have your weekly weather forecast.
Stick around for more after this.
A lethal dose is in here. Who gets it, I won't know.
Scary that it can be put into anything and we can't even see it or notice it.
There's been another deadly shooting at a local elementary school. According to authorities, the suspect acquired the gun from a family member's home before using it to take the lives of innocent children and teachers.
Store your gun securely, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo.
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad.
Thanks for hearing me out, bro.
Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
There's only one thing that will save somebody's life, and that is naloxone nasal spray. Get 911 on the phone, get the emergency responses there on their way.
The impact of a meal goes well beyond feeding our bodies. Because when people are fed, futures are nourished. Everyone deserves to live a full life. And with your help, together we can end hunger. Join the movement at feedingamerica.org/actnow.
Well, Haley, after a long week, I'm ready for some sunshine tomorrow.
Yeah, honestly, today wasn't bad, and I'm hoping that this warm weather is gonna carry off into next week. You know, I've kind of had it with the April showers. I'm ready to hop into the May flowers at this point.
That's what I'm talking about. Now let's head over to Emily Hall with this week's weather forecast.
Thank you, Haley and Maddie. I'm just so glad that this perfect weather chose today to be this nice because today is my mom's birthday. Happy birthday, Mama Robin. No, she doesn't live here, and the weather at home might not be the same, but it's a much nicer sentiment if it is, so we're gonna roll with it. Just like how this nice weather is gonna roll us into Easter weekend. Now, today's weather was lovely. We had a little bit of wind throughout the day, but that didn't stop us from enjoying that warm 60-degree weather. It is about 46 out right now. That is gonna keep dropping overnight because it's nighttime, the sun's away. But don't worry, because it's gonna be nice and warm again tomorrow. Now tomorrow we are looking at partly cloudy, partly sunny, but the expected high is 71. So it's gonna feel like a sweet summer Friday. If I were a senior, I know I'd have a serious case of senioritis tomorrow. Looking into the weekend, Saturday is bringing high 70s with a whopping 78 degrees. Now there is a 60% chance of showers in the afternoon, but hopefully that will shrink away for the sun to stay out and play. We'll have clear weather on Sunday, just in time to enjoy Easter, and high down at 65 degrees. I know it doesn't sound amazing, but it's still gonna be perfect for spring. Now the last time Shippensburg had weather like this, we were away for spring break, and now that many students are going home for Easter weekend, it kind of feels like Mother Nature's teasing us since no one's gonna be here again. When we return Monday, however, it will be rather cloudy, but our temperatures are still gonna be in that mid-60s range. Tuesday and Wednesday we'll have 70s and sunny, a much brighter outlook on this week's weather than we've had the last couple weeks. Now that's gonna do it for world weather. I'm Emily Hall, now to Lex with your entertainment news.
Former Grammy winner Lil Nas X uploaded a video to Instagram of him in a hospital showing that he is partially paralyzed.
This is me doing a full smile right now, by the way. It's like...
The rapper said in the post that he, quote, lost control of the right side of my face, end quote. While he did not say explicitly his condition, fans are assuming that he has Bell's palsy, a condition that causes temporary facial paralysis. He has posted updates throughout the week on social media to show that the symptoms are slowly going away. Lil Nas X is being praised for still being positive, even with what might be a scary event in the moment. Casting spells and casting HBO's new Harry Potter series. 6 characters have been announced for the original series, produced and written by J.K. Rowling and Francesca Gardner. John Lithgow will portray Albus Dumbledore, Harry Potter's mentor in the Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. Janet McTeer will play Professor McGonagall, the head of the Gryffindor House and Hogwarts deputy headmistress. Papa Essie Adu is confirmed to be challenging Professor Severus Snape. We'll also be seeing Nick Frost as Rubus Hagrid, the Hogwarts gatekeeper and adored character by all. Quite the opposite, Professor Quirinius Quirrell, specializing in defense against the dark arts, will be portrayed by Luke Thallin. Last but certainly not least, Paul Whitehouse will be joining the cast as Hogwarts caretaker Argus Filch. Gardner and Mark Mallard, the director and producer of the series, shared, quote, "We're delighted to have such extraordinary talent on board, and we can't wait to see them bring these beloved characters to new life," end quote. While a release date has yet to be shared, the show is expected to begin production in summer of 2025. Pop star Katy Perry and 5 other women safely returned to Earth after reaching space aboard Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin rocket. The singer was joined by Bezos' fiancée Lauren Sanchez and CBS presenter Gayle King, who said a highlight of the flight was hearing Perry sing Louis Armstrong's "What a Wonderful World." After landing back on Earth, Perry said she felt super connected to life and so connected to love, shortly after kissing the dirt when she landed. Despite the successful flight, many other celebrities have voiced their concerns, such as Emily Ratajkowski, saying she feels disgusted. And fast food chain Wendy's even said they should send Katy Perry back to space. Despite the backlash, the flight was successful and the flight featured the first all-woman crew in 6 decades. The first trailer has been released for the newest film from renowned director Ari Aster. Titled Eddington, the film is said to be a political comedy centered around the 2020 COVID pandemic. Aster's previous works include films such as Hereditary, Midsommar, and Beau is Afraid. Eddington features an all-star cast, including Academy Award winners Joaquin Phoenix and Emma Stone. Also featured are Pedro Pascal and Austin Butler. The film's production has been wrapped in secrecy. Many have been speculating on what this movie will be about. Aster is known for his surreal, nightmarish approach to storytelling. If one thing is for certain, the movie will certainly take you for a trip. U.S. rapper Soulja Boy ordered to pay $4 million after losing sexual assault case. The unnamed woman who sued the star claimed that he had regularly beat and assaulted her after she was hired as his assistant. The rapper denied the claim, saying the relationship was consensual. Despite this, the rapper was still ruled guilty by the jury and found liable for sexual battery, assault, and gender violence. This is the first time the rapper has faced such allegations, being forced to pay over $450,000 to his ex-girlfriend back in 2023 for an assault and kidnapping lawsuit. I'm Lex Boyd, and this has been your official week of entertainment news. And now back to Maddie and Haley at the desk.
Coming up next, we have the latest in ship sports.
We'll be right back after this.
You've done the hard part. You quit smoking. Now do the easy part and get scanned for lung cancer. If you smoked, you may still be at risk, but early detection could save your life. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Yo, camping buddy. Okay, you guys ready?
Dude, I thought you were driving.
I thought you were driving.
Oh, I never said I was driving.
I definitely can't drive.
Okay.
If you're high, just don't drive. It's illegal everywhere. If you feel different, you drive different.
Ship tennis team had their first division win with a big sweep against Shepherd at home. The Raiders started off hot with all 3 double matches being pure dominance. Corinne Markovic started off the singles with a tough comeback win, followed by Yasmin DeMayer winning her singles match in 2 sets. Jade Miller swept her opponent in both sets in the number 3 singles, and all 3 Raiders in the numbers 4 through 6 all had impressive wins after. The team hopes to keep this hot streak going into the next week as they face off against Bowie State on Monday at Robb Sports Complex. This past weekend, softball took on East Stroudsburg, who is ranked 9th in the nation heading into the doubleheader for a huge matchup in the PSAC play. The Warriors would send out their ace in Game 1, who was 22-0 heading into the matchup, but the Raiders would start off hot early in the game, scoring 3 runs in the first 3 innings, including a 2-run homer in the bottom of the first inning from Bree Wilmont. The pitching staff would be headlined by Danny Hayward, who would pitch 5 shutout innings in Game 1. The Raiders would close out Game 1 with a final score of 9-3. As for Game 2, the Raiders would lean on their ace, Alicia Ball, for their 13th complete game of the season, and they won a pitcher's duel with a final score of 5-3. The Raiders were also on the road Tuesday at Millersville for a doubleheader where they swept the Marauders before returning home to break their 5-game win streak with 2 losses to Bloomsburg yesterday. The Raider softball team will hit the road this weekend for 2 doubleheaders. The Ship men and women's track team were at home yesterday for a huge meet against a big list of local schools. Starting with the men, they won 11 events, and 19 of their performances satisfied the PSAC automatic qualifying standard as well. The highlight of the day was Jack Kearney, who was 1 inch off of his personal best in long jump with a jump of 23 feet and 10 inches. Guion Grego also had a big day for the Raiders, where he had a massive shot put of 52 feet and 10 inches, which was a season best for him. As for the women, the biggest story of the day was without a doubt Sasha Lee, who made some history Wednesday afternoon. Sasha Lee landed a 20 feet, 2¼ inch feet jump in the long jump, which ranked 2nd in the school history and 9th in the nation rankings for this season. The rest of the team had a solid day, winning 6 other events and making some strong performances as they head down to the final stretch of the track season. The track teams will host another home meet next weekend. Catch the action at Seth Grove Stadium. Sunday's baseball doubleheader against number 15 East Stroudsburg resulted in 1-1 split and a defensive battle. Senior Jackson Delana pitched the whole 7 innings and only gave up 2 runs scored in the 3rd. Shippensburg won the first game 4-2. Game 2 was controlled by the Warriors in a dominating fashion. The game was scoreless until ESU earned 8 total runs in the 4th and 5th inning, leading to a Game 2 win. The series concluded at Greenville Park with Shippensburg getting swept. In Game 1, Shippensburg came out hot with 2 home runs back-to-back by Kalmia and Wenrich. The Warriors ended up taking control of the rest of the game in Game 1 and Game 2, despite the Raiders' efforts in both. Shippensburg will play next on Friday, April 18th at Mansfield University. The 2025 Masters Tournament at Augusta National delivered an unforgettable weekend of golf. Roy McIlroy emerged victorious after a thrilling sudden death playoff against Justin Rose, securing his first green jacket and completing the career Grand Slam. McIlroy's win makes him the 6th player in history to achieve this feat, joining legends like Tiger Woods and Jack Nicklaus. The tournament began with Justin Rose taking on early lead after a stunning 7 under par in the first round. By Friday, Rose maintained his lead, with Bryson DeChambeau trailing by 1 stroke and McIlroy 2 shots back. Saturday's 3rd round saw the leaderboard tighten, setting the stage for a dramatic final day. On Sunday, McIlroy and DeChambeau battled throughout the final round, but mistakes made by DeChambeau early in the day caused the leaderboard to shuffle dramatically. Justin Rose re-emerged as the main contender for the lead against McIlroy, with Rose forcing a playoff hole after a clutch 20-foot birdie putt on the 18th. In the playoff, McIlroy sank a 3-foot birdie putt to clinch the victory, ending an 11-year major championship drought. McElroy earned a record-breaking $4.2 million for his win, while Rose took home $2.2 million as the runner-up. Patrick Reed finished third, with Scotty Scheffler and Bryson DeChambeau rounding out the top 5. That's all for sports this week. I'm Walker Stutz. Now back to Maddie and Haley at the desk.
Thanks, Walker. I gotta say, I really love how he keeps adding a different prop each week. It's really livening up sports.
I definitely agree. Shout out Walker. When we come back, we have Tatiana with Ship Talk, and this week's edition is Out of This World.
Stay tuned.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Hello, welcome to another episode of Ship Talk. My name is Tatiana Steele, and with Katy Perry going up into space, we are asking students around campus if they would go to space. If so, what would they do?
I'd probably golf.
I would take a really cool selfie with Earth in the background.
Falling off a bike.
If I went to space, I would probably do like 15 backflips in a row.
If I were to go to space, I'd probably float around and see where I go. Who knows?
I would probably do a backflip because I can't do one with gravity. I'd probably do like 100 in a row.
Me personally, I would love to go to space, but at the same time, I'm kind of scared to see what's up there. Now we're going to throw it back to Haley and Maddie on the desk.
You know, I gotta say, Maddie, I think if I'm going to space, I'm going to space and I'm not coming back. I'll make a home with the aliens. I think we would vibe well. I would just hang out there.
Yeah,
There's
a fresh start.
So much to do.
For sure. I honestly feel like if I were to go to space, I would maybe just go for like 10 minutes and then come back. I feel like that would give me enough time to see everything I need to see.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. I don't need to. I'm good here.
Quick little fly in, quick little fly out.
Quick trip.
Thank you for spending your evening here with us at SUTV. I'm Haley Galaskis.
And I'm Maddie Shively. Join us next week for the latest news on and off campus. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at SUTV News, and check out our website, sutvnews.org.
Thank you, and have a good night.